Thank you very much for joining me today, David and Richard from Northfields Estates. We've just gone live with your new website, northfields.co.uk, and I've invited you to answer 5 quick questions, very quick questions, on the process of the website. So number 1, why did you need a new website?
I think the main reason we needed a new website, Jane, was because the old one had been about 6 years old now, and although it was very good at the time, things have moved on a lot in the last 6 years. And what we particularly wanted was to make sure that the back end of the website was fit for purpose. It's a WordPress website, and a lot of the technology has moved on now. So what we've now is got the ability to change things ourselves. We've got better quality analytics on it as well. And we really, really have got a better customer experience as well. And coupled with that, from a customer experience, we were very keen to make sure that you traditionally thought that people go on your website to look to buy and let properties. Actually, the reality of it is they go to the portals for that. What the website is there for is really a showcase for your business. And what you've very cleverly done is created different personas for different type of people within that website, where it leads them to what is going to be of genuine interest to them. So those are that was the criteria behind why we did it.
Perfect. And what were your main requirements from the website?
I think for the main requirements was, again, just touching on that, is make sure that we got good analytics from it, we get business out of it. David, who's with me, runs our land and new homes department very successfully. And David, do you want to say what your requirements were out of it? Because we've done very well out of it.
I mean, for my department personally, it was a case about being able to showcase what we're doing, giving our clients an understanding about where we've been, what we've worked on, what we've got coming through, so they can get a clear understanding about who we are, the sort of property and the level of property that we deal with, the number of properties that we're transacting on, and just give that experience from the start. As Rich touched on, we know that the buyers generally go towards the portals, and we understand that movement. But from a client's perspective, the new home builder or a vendor in the residential office, they will then look to understand the agency itself, and that's where the website for us is key. So while we're obviously using it to push properties as we would, the main driver for us is that the client is able to understand a bit more about us, who we are, what we do, how we market properties, how we present properties, the sort of properties, as I said, that we transact on as well. Because you look on the portals, you can get a sense base, but you don't really get any more than that. And the homepage for us, or the website in general, is certainly the area where the client would then go to before they come to us to get an understanding about who we are, with the insights and so on that we provide, either with meeting the teams or the personas for the areas. It shows that we know the areas that they're looking to work in and deal with, so we've got that understanding. And also with the meeting teams, it gives them just a really good, clear insight into who we are, what we do, and how we operate. So it's a great start for 10 in terms of come to meet us and know a bit about who we are.
No, that's brilliant. So why did you come to me?
I think the main reason we came to you, Jane, obviously very successfully done our 2 previous websites, one of which we won a national award for, which we're very pleased about, is that you understand the business back to front. You're an ex-estate agent yourself. You're totally integrated within our business in terms of you're doing our social media. You've linked in with Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and I think that was really important to us because you've linked the whole bit together. And a lot of the other website people we looked at when we re-tendered for it didn't offer us that. And I think the other big thing for me is you're also very cost effective. And again, when we want to make changes on the website going forward, I think it's a really important point is that we don't then have to pay lots extra. So if we need to change a telephone number or something, we've got the ability to do that instantly ourselves. It's more of an integrated package, which is easy to use from our end as well. But we're working with you all the time on that, rather than getting lots of extra additional charges, which I know when you go into the small print of some of the other website developers, that can sometimes be the case.
Doing the whole package means also you've got a consistent message. So we don't have one company doing our social media, one company doing our website, one company handling blogs for us, and so on. It's all internally. So there's that synergy and clarity with that message. Also, as Richard touched on, having the background and understanding the business is game changing. You know what we're talking about, you know the language we use, what our intentions are, and ultimately then generates the best results.
No, it's fabulous. I love it when I'm doing the whole package. It makes my job so much easier. And yeah, it's great working with you guys because I know the business. I do understand exactly, know the people, know the areas. That's fabulous. So what was the process like for you?
It was quite a long process, and that was partly because of lockdown. The reason it was a long process was because we were very keen. I think we've got about 150 pages on the new website. We could have just cut and pasted the old one across, but we were very keen to make sure that everything was optimized in the right way, and the pages on there were relevant along with the blogs. We have a huge amount of old blogs going for about probably 15 years. And again, one of the jobs you did very, very well was go through those old blogs, see which was still relevant, etc. Look at the analytics of them. So there's quite a lot of quite cool background work going on there to make sure when the new website there, it's still keeping the things which are relevant from the old website.
No, that's brilliant. And it was, it's a lot of work, but it is fabulous site, as in there's so much content. And I think that a lot of people don't realize that when they are getting a website, they're just looking for whether it looks pretty on the front, regardless of the SEO, which is basically all the content that's in there, all those words, all the keywords and the key searches that will be picked up by Google. And that is like the back end of the website. That is like 80–90% of what you should be looking at, not just how pretty it looks on the front, because that is, very instantaneous, and the person's gone past the homepage in no time. So it's really important.
Yeah, it's important. It's important not to, just look at the front page, think about the home page, think about the bigger picture, and also all that, the blogging, the Instagram, the social media, what have you. It really is the key to generating interest and client inquiry, which is what we want to see from it.
Yeah, and I think as well, just to touch on the fact that of landing pages, which are pages at the back of your website where you would go to from an ad, because a lot of people just have a basic website and they don't optimize it for ad traffic. And those pages are very different. So they will have a call to action. The first thing you see is a big call to action. All they're going to do is drive people into your database so that you can contact them for leads. And that is massively important and very much a part of your website. A lot of people won't even see the homepage because they'll be coming straight in from ads on social media, on Google, wherever.
Yeah.
And we did talk about cost effectiveness. I know you've already mentioned that, but do you want to just quickly touch on how you felt that was, the amount of site that you've got?
Yeah, I think it was very cost effective, Jane. As we touched on before, we had 3 quotes in as a tender situation. Yours was the most competitive there. And I think, as I touched on, it is really, really important that you provide the whole package, but also the going forward bit is that it's really important that we can actually make the changes ourselves with you very quickly if we need to put something on there. If David gets a new development on this afternoon, which sometimes happens, actually happens quite a lot at the moment, he wants to be able to launch that quickly and do something quickly on it. He doesn't want that to be going backwards and forwards with, to a web developer, paying lots of extra money for that. We need to get it on there and showcase very quickly with the right kind of message on it. So yeah, that was really important to us.
Because we do have the ability on your site for your developments to have their own sort of micro site within the site, which is hugely important. And the URLs, and Google will pick up that particular address. So like in fact, all of your properties do have their own specific URL. So they're all like little microsites within the site, which is, hugely important for your traffic purposes. So
also my clients particularly love it. The fact that I can just present their property in its own entity, and, showcase it on its own, away from any other noise. It's a big game changer for them. Yeah,
and again, we touched on it before. It's then being able to give the analytics to them going forward on that. So you've got, it's a lot more what I call hyper local in terms of it's relevant to their actual development rather than anything else. So yeah, I think we're very, very pleased with that part of it. Very pleased.
Brilliant. Well, look, thank you guys. Thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to working with you continuing onwards.
Good. Thank you, Jane. Nice to work with you as well.